I got to give you some insight since you're coming on the show. We actually just talked about it because I'm on the COVID list this week.
Damn, I didn't know you were on the.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Happy holidays, everyone! Welcome to Ekeler's Edge. I'm Liz Loza, and this is, of course, Chargers running back, fantasy football superstar, and Santa's favorite stand-in, Austin Ekeler.
What's going on? Thanks for everyone coming back for another episode. Looking forward to it.
All right, we got a great show for you. We'll talk about how Austin is feeling after entering COVID protocols, play a game of naughty or nice, and we'll check in with Bills tight end Dawson Knox. Okay, Austin, let's start with last Thursday's epic game versus the Chiefs. Unfortunately, your squad couldn't pull out the win, but you had a productive day with 82 total yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a battle for number one in the division. Just came down to who had the ball last, which in those tight games, a lot of times it comes down to that, especially in overtime. I think we got to fix the overtime rules to give each team a chance, but that's a whole different conversation. It was definitely one of the most memorable games that I'll have just because I felt like we really had a home crowd at SoFi, and we put on a good show even though we didn't come out with the win. But yeah, looking forward to this week. We got a few more games, got to make ourselves a run. We got to win out basically to stay in the playoffs, so we're looking to do that.
You showed your resilience in last Thursday's game after the Donald Parham injury. Do you want to talk at all about how you guys bounced back and maybe how Parham is doing?
Parham's been doing well. As far as what happened, he hit his head on the ground, went unconscious. I was right there too the entire time. Like I was trying to help him up, and I thought he was just like mad that he dropped the ball and his arms were just stiff. I grabbed his arm and he wasn't moving. I saw his eyes were just closed. It was actually super scary. He ended up taking him to the hospital, getting him in stable condition. But yeah, he's back. He's responsive. He's good to go. Now he's in concussion protocol. He'll be in that until he feels good to go. And just us bouncing back as a team. I just feel like we just have so many playmakers, and we dropped a few balls in the end zone. I think we dropped like 3 touchdowns. If you do that, you're probably not going to win games, and especially with Coach Staley, because we're going for it. To be the team we want to be, we got to make these plays on a consistent basis. So that'll be the emphasis again this week, as it is every week, just continuing to build on what we did the previous week.
Let's talk about this week. The question entering week 15 was about your ankle, but now the most important question is how you're feeling after being placed on the COVID list.
Yeah, not good. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10 fun. Just dealing with this day to day. We have new protocols in place. I have to get tested every day and have 2 negative tests and no symptoms. And so right now I can tell you it's not looking good. Just because of the history of COVID and how long it usually takes to dissipate, or at least for your body to beat it. So I'm just going to be chilling. Lets the body heal, I guess. My ankle will be 100% when I come back. That's, I guess, one positive out of it. But yeah, never like to miss games. As a team, we got to stay strong. Hey, everyone, chill out with the family stuff as much as you can. Let's make it through the season, because we're in a spot where we have everything still in front of us, and we can't really let COVID take that over. But life happens, so we have to adjust if it does.
Well, we obviously want you healthy and playing, but if you aren't able to suit up on Sunday, who would you, for your own fantasy squad, pick up to replace you? Justin Jackson or Joshua Kelly?
I think both are good pickups. If one's not available, definitely get the other, because I definitely think they're both going to be seeing some action. But if I were to choose one, I think it'd be Justin Jackson. He's crazy good when he's healthy, and like he showed last week. When he's healthy, he can make stuff happen. Which I think he's going to do the same thing this week, especially against the Texans. We do have some injuries to the O-line, or not injuries, COVID. As far as our run game, that'll definitely play, and in the pass game as well. So Scott Quisenberry will have to step up there. But yeah, I'd definitely take Justin Jackson and Joshua Kelly. He's going to get some runs. He's going to get some burn too. So if you're in a situation where you need a running back, either of those would be good options this week.
All right, Austin, we are in the fantasy playoffs right now, and managers could still be making moves. So why don't you and I spread a little holiday cheer and play a game of naughty or nice with 3 of the waiver wire's buzziest names. First up, we have Dolphins running back Duke Johnson. To the shock and awe of fantasy managers web-wide, he recorded a career-high 22 carries for 108 rushing yards and 2 scores against the Jets. The Finns are taking on the Saints in New Orleans. So are we putting Duke on the naughty or nice list in Week 16?
I'd love to see him come off the practice squad and show, hey, I can still play, right? And took advantage of his opportunity. That's great. I think his opportunity is going to be a little bit tougher this week for a few reasons. He's playing a better defense. And also Myles Gaskin, he was coming off of COVID. So I think this week, I'm going to say naughty, just because I think there's going to be a bigger split as far as the actual carries and production.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you. I'm putting Duke Johnson, while it was a great story for Week 15, on the naughty list for Week 16. The matchup is tough. You mentioned Myles Gaskin, Sylvan Ahmed back. Malcolm Brown could be activated off IR as well. So between the volume and the matchup, naughty. Next up is Detroit rookie receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had a team-high 11 targets in the lying shocking upset over the Cardinals. He finished with 8 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. He travels to Atlanta in Week 16. You going naughty or nice?
He's been their guy for the past few weeks. The only thing, he only has 2 touchdowns on the year. I'm just like, So it's really hard for me to be like, really excited about his production, even though I think they are going to give him the ball. I know he's playing the Falcons, which they've given up a lot of points to receivers. Obviously, their record is showing that they haven't been playing consistently. So I'm just like, it's hard for me to go nice. So I'm going to go naughty, even though I think they're going to try to get this man the ball.
All right, I'm going to lean nice. I'm going to be a little bit optimistic because St. Brown has drawn double-digit targets for 3 straight weeks. They lose DeAndre Swift. TJ Hawkinson also banged up. And so now they're using St. Brown in different ways, and that's working out nicely. We know that Jared Goff likes that underneath stuff, and St. Brown and he have showed a nice connection. So I'm not really worried about the Falcons' pass rush. That should give him enough time to connect to St. Brown. Volume, matchup, I'll say nice. Finally, we have Jaguars tight end James O'Shaughnessy. He's been filling in for Dan Arnold since Week 12. This past Sunday, he posted top 12 fantasy numbers, converting all 4 of his looks for 60 yards. He faces a Jets team that's allowed 7 scores to the position. So what do you think, naughty or nice?
I think you should just call me the Grinch, because
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm just not convinced. He's had a few catches, but still hasn't found the end zone. So I'm going, again, like I said, call me the Grinch, because I'm going naughty. I'm handing out cold to everybody.
All right. Well, I'm going to go nice again here. James O'Shaughnessy was in my sleepers article heading into Week 15, and he's been consistent. This is some of your analysis. I'm trying to find players that are consistent. So I think that O'Shaughnessy is going to continue to work as a safety blanket for the rookie quarterback over the middle, and he should get enough volume to keep his fantasy floor high enough to, find that top 15 range. We are very excited to welcome Bills tight end Dawson Knox to the show. Thanks for coming on, Dawson.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. Do you have any history with people in fantasy football? Do you play? Have you ever been associated with anything of it?
Yeah, so I'm actually in 2 leagues this year.
Yes,
Nice.
Dawson.
Let's go.
I got you on my team that I'm
Yeah.
playing against all my boys with on the Bills. Got a first-round bye thanks to you. We've been rolling.
I got to give you some insight since you're coming on the show. We actually just talked about it because I'm on the COVID list this week. So you better go pick up Justin Jackson, who's my backup. And if he's not available, pick up Joshua Kelly. Or if there's a better option, obviously, in the running back spot. But definitely Justin Jackson.
Okay, that's good to know. Damn, I didn't know you were on the.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Good to know.
so-
Yeah, I'll be taking some moves.
What's your team name? What's the name of your fantasy team?
These nuts.
Oh, great. Great.
D''S, because they started with D.
Yes.
I did KNUTZ, like DK, my initials. I'm one of the more PG rated names in our league, so I'll keep it just to my name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that you have Austin on your fantasy team. I have you on a lot of my fantasy teams. So something that you may not know is that you're the tight end 5 overall in fantasy. It's been working out very nicely for me. How does that make you feel?
Oh, let's
having
go.
such an incredible year?
I'm glad I can be helping you out a little bit. But no, it's been a super fun year here. It's been very up and down for us. It's kind of crazy. I mean, that's just how the NFL is. You can be riding high one week, next week, lose a game that you feel like you were supposed to win. But it makes you realize everyone's good. Everyone has superstars on their team. Everyone gets paid. It's been a fun year so far.
Awesome. I definitely know about having a great quarterback, man. It makes playing offense so much more fun. Where it's like, man, we're rolling.
Yeah, I think I actually got Justin on my other team, so he's been killing it.
Oh yeah,
Dawson, you have 8 touchdowns on the season, which is really impressive considering you missed 2 weeks with a hand injury. You want to show everyone your gnarly hand, by the way?
Yeah, check it out.
Look at that.
Ignore the pinky. The pinky isn't really part of it. That's kind of jacked up too. But got 17 screws in here. Yeah, so it's
what?
Not too pretty.
Dawson, can you talk to us about Knox Sox?
It's been a pretty awesome little initiative we started this year. I've had a bunch of help with a company called 4 Bare Feet, but it's awesome because this company is making these cool like Bills themed socks. Some of them has like a cartoon me on there. Some of them has like handprints, the mascot. But basically $5 from every pair of socks that's purchased goes to the P.U.N.T Foundation, which is a charity I work with. And they work with pediatric cancer patients, and they basically work with families that can't either afford to pay for treatment, or there's some families that can't even afford to park at the hospital. So it's pretty incredible to raise some money for them. So the company is called 4 Bare Feet, just FOR Bare Feet. But I think the easiest way is just to go to my either Instagram or Twitter, just Dawson Knox on both of them.
That's great. That's great. I have a sock too. I'm just curious. Your cartoon figure on your sock. How is it? Does it look like you, or they do you dirty?
I wasn't mad about it. Like, I think it looks all right.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dawson. Happy holidays to you and your family, and good luck against New England this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you guys for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Please beat them.
That's the goal.
Yeah, beat them. Let's go.
That is going to do it for our holiday edition of Ekeler's Edge.
Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. Until next week, enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you then.